So then guys, the new iPhone 17 Pro Max might actually be called the iPhone 17 Ultra or just the iPhone Ultra. We had a new leaking today what I want to share with you about this, and also I want to tell you about 3 big battery upgrades that make sure that the battery life in the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max for sure is definitely going to be bigger than what we've got with the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. But first of all, let's have a look then to see at this leak we've got right here what's telling us that there's the potential that we could actually be getting an iPhone 17 Ultra. So we've had this report coming from Yux112 and he's saying he has seen lots of data and information keeping referring the iPhone 17 Pro Max to the iPhone 17 Ultra. He has seen details about the actual battery life of the iPhone, what is larger, what we'll get onto in a minute, also a smaller dynamic island, something else that we've heard about too, and also a better cooling vapor inside of it to actually cool down the chip even more. So this was also other news we've heard about in the past. So there is the potential that this could be the case, that the new iPhone 17 Pro Max could also be renamed to the iPhone 17 Ultra. What is going to be really, really cool, it's going to stand it out against the Pro, but we are also hoping with that, if it is going to be called the Ultra phone, that I'm hoping it's going to have 1 or 2 extra features over, say, the Pro. It's not just going to be a naming thing for no reason, just because it has a larger screen and slightly larger battery, because to me, I just don't see the reasoning behind that. So we'll just have to wait and see exactly what's going to happen there, and if we are going to get more leaks coming in for the iPhone 17 Ultra. But with that then, I think the next thing we can do is talk about battery life. And I want to tell you about 3 big battery upgrades or battery life upgrades we're going to be getting with the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So with that, let's talk about the first big battery upgrade. And this is actually from a recent leak that we've had in telling us that the actual iPhone size of the 17 Pro Max or the 17 Ultra, whatever it will be now, is actually going to be thicker than we've had with, say, the likes of the 16 Pro Max. As you can see right here, it is telling us exactly that. And in fact, it's going to be 0.475 and a couple more digits more thicker than we have with the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, that might not seem a lot overall, but what this does mean, and obviously if a battery is going to take up a good part of the space inside of it, and that extra little bit more thickness inside, that means that battery can be a little bit more thicker too, and we could be getting close to even more, say, a 5,000 milliamp battery finally in the likes of an iPhone, something that we've been crying for ages now. So this is fantastic news to hear this. But it doesn't just stop there. We've also heard about the second big upgrade, and this is all to do with that A19 Pro chipset. Now the great thing is with the A19, it's probably going to be even more efficient than what we have with the likes of the A18 and the A18 Pro right now. So this means that we could potentially be getting somewhere between, say, 15 or to 20% more efficiency. And this will actually help out with that larger battery that I spoke about before, and this means that this is going to be absolutely amazing to actually have. Now, I would say it is more efficient than, say, the A18, the A18 Pro, but obviously the A19 will also increase in speed too, so obviously you've got to eat into that efficiencies a little bit, so maybe we could push this back down to, say, about 10% maybe, and then plus that slightly thicker battery. But overall, I think you're getting the picture here. Just for even those 2 bits, you know, we're going to get definitely a better battery life inside the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And then the next thing I want to talk about for battery life is that obviously when we had the iPhone 16e introduced, we got the new C1 chip inside of it, and this controlled the Wi-Fi and also controlled the likes of 5G capability. Now this chip, from the sounds of it, was exclusive to the likes of the iPhone 16e only, but the likes of, let's say, a C2 chip could also be put inside of the iPhone 17 Pro Max and also the iPhone 17 Pro, so that means the battery life is going to be even better inside of it. At the end of the day, this is one of the big reasons how Apple have managed to achieve such a big battery gain on the iPhone 16e compared to the normal 16, is that C1 chip and also the slightly bigger battery. So, you know, you can imagine putting that kind of technology in here, we could potentially overall, with all of these 3 things, the large larger battery with also the new A19 Pro, then also this new C2 chip inside it potentially. You get the idea here. We're going to probably see battery life going to even possibly up to 40 hours here, whereas right now it's up to 33 hours of watching content on your phone, you know, videos offline. This is definitely going to be a big deal here, that this is the year where the iPhone with its battery is definitely going to jump right ahead, and this is fantastic news to hear. Something else what's also really fantastic is the giveaway that we're doing on this channel for this that is happening so soon from now. And this here is a Mac Mini, and this has an M4 Pro inside of it, and I'm actually going to be giving this away in around about 2 weeks from now, just under that now, to one lucky subscriber on this channel. This here is the M4 Pro baseline version with 512 gigabytes of storage, 24 gigabytes of RAM, and I'm giving it to somebody out there in the world, like I said, near the end of September time, and you can still enter in right now. All you have to do to enter in at this stage is just put down into the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. Maybe it is going to be the new iPhone 17 models, maybe it's going to be one of those new MacBook Airs that have just come out, or it could be something nothing to do with Apple. So it could be, say for example, the new, say, Nintendo Switch 2 when that's coming out later on this year. It could be, say, a new RTX graphics card or something like this. Just let me know in the comments below. Now the second part of the giveaway, that is going to be happening very soon on this channel, where I'm going to be explaining more details how the actual giveaway is going to work, and including that will be a form too to fill in, and you won't want to miss out on that video because, like I said, it is coming soon. So make sure, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you guys, that sadly there are still some scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonate me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. Please do ignore these people. Best to see right here. Please do report them. So moving on from this then, what about the release date and price? Well, I've covered this already in previous videos, so if you've seen that, you can skip this part, but if you want to know more information about the release date and price, here it comes. So for the release date, it's most likely that Apple are going to do an event in the sort of early teens of September time, because this is when they traditionally actually do that. So, you know, this could be anything around, say, from like the 10th of September to, say, maybe about the 14th, 15th September. You get the idea. Somewhere around there is when they'll actually be doing an event for it, and in that we'll see the new iPhone 17 models. We'll probably see the next, you know, Apple Watch Series 11, the Ultra 3, maybe the new SE model, and then also we may also see something new too from AirPods. You get the idea. It's all going to be in that one event. But to get your hands actually on the new iPhones, well, that'll probably be around about 10 days to 2 weeks later. So what I'm talking about, I'm probably talking the end of teens of September time, or the early sort of 20s. That's when we'll be able to get our hands on these new iPhones. Now finally, the last thing I want to say is, what about the actual pricing? Now right now the iPhones have actually stayed frozen with their prices for a good number of years now, at least in the US. In other countries it might have changed a bit, because at the end of the day Apple needs to make the same amount of profit wherever they sell their iPhone around the world, and obviously import fees and also what your currency is against the US dollar will make all those sort of differences. But if I just take, say, the iPhone 16 Pro right now, it starts at $999 US, and if we go back so far of 7 generations to the iPhone 10, for example, the iPhone 10 was also $999 US, and obviously that was the base storage one. That then back then came with 64 gigabytes or 128 gigabytes with the 16 Pro, but you get the idea. It stayed exactly the same. It's the same with the actual, say, Pro Max. If we go back to the 10s Max when that came out, obviously, you know, the storage and everything, but you know, the prices stayed exactly the same for the second tier of storage. Because remember, with the 15 Pro Max, what happened there was they got rid of the bottom line 128, went to 256, but they sold it at the same price as the 14 Pro Max the year before, what also came with 256, but they also offered the 128. You get the idea here. It hasn't changed whatsoever, and we believe it might not be changing again unless tariffs and things like this actually start interfering. Only at that time when the price will actually potentially change. But obviously, if we hear more news on that, I will let you know. But for the good news for now, I'd be saying the prices are looking to stay the same right at the second of making this video. But with that as well, guys, are you excited for the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max? Are you going to be getting one? Well, let me know in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. And also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.